Beautiful stars, reading time. I'm actually seeing my twinny card, so I'm hoping this is a nice collective. But let's confirm. Main collective, what's going on? What's your focus? So the only card that's up is confusion, so you've got a bit of static in the mind right now with your runner. Okay. Oh my god, you got the runner chaser one after another. Oh gosh, I was seeing the twinny card, but holy moly, rejection. Okay. For the runner chaser dynamic to be out right next to each other and rejection, I feel this is, I wouldn't say the main collective you're chasing, but you're still clearly in that chasing and runner dynamic here. So the right collective, you're feeling rejected right now. You have confusion. You probably have confusion over your whole journey. But for these two to be here, it's a very overwhelmed energy. I find divines that have been on this journey for a while, this dynamic kind of fades away. You learn to sit in stillness, where this collective, I don't think you're sitting in stillness right now. So even if you're not physically chasing, you're definitely energetically chasing. Let it be you're checking profiles, checking to, if you've got the runner chaser right here, I just feel this is a bit more fresh, I'm going to be honest. The right collective, don't make it fit. You're confused, you feel rejected, let it be, you feel like you've been ghosted, you've been blocked, whatever the case is, clearly your feelings aren't being validated with this person on your mind. Which makes me, again, something fresh could have happened here. I think you're fighting temptation. I think this collective, you have a sense of urgency to reach out. You could be hoping this person's going to put determination and persistence towards you. But if you're feeling rejected right now, I think the right collective, it's like you're questioning if you should message this person or not. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. Oh. It's funny, this is making sense because I was seeing my twin flame card. The fact that I feel the right collective, you're really in disbelief of your journey because you got confusion and runner and chaser and rejected. So that would be a big question mark over your mind right now. Oh my god, confusion, twin flames, as we deviated. Okay, don't make it fit. So again, this is making me feel this is a newer kind of, you haven't been on this journey that long. Wow, this is going to be, hold on. Let's get specific for you guys. We might do a how you think they feel versus how they really. We'll do a clarity reading for you guys, but I always say these can go either way, so grab a snack. All right, what's around your energy right now, this connection? Oh, this is around your energy, so you don't, this is, hold on, let me get a couple more. Oh, God. Okay, so you got passion, insane chemistry, liking each other equally, but finding something out. And that's what I feel like with this. There's been a surge of some form of emotion for the right collective. This dragonfly is about try and have a healed approach to this outlook. I feel this collective, you found something out of recent, and it's just, again, it's put question marks and static all through your mind. You've around this energy, even though there's insane chemistry, you're feeling like an option here. You're feeling like this person's stringing you along. I feel this is both of you. I feel there's a reason I said energetically chasing, and I don't know if this collective, I always talk about Pandora's box. If you have a lesson in your armor, in your shadow, to not be a prior, so, you know, let it be past examples in relationships, always needing to check your person's socials or have passwords, or, you know, if you're someone that unfortunately finds it really hard to trust in relationships, this is a lesson for you guys to learn in life. You shouldn't invade someone's privacy. It just shows you don't have enough self-worth for yourself, truly. If you can't trust your spouse, you shouldn't be with that person. So if you were someone through this separation, you are constantly checking their profile, or even if they've blocked you, you've got burners, or, you know, you post stories to see if they're looking at your stories. It's energetical chasing. And I always say the universe will protect you as much as it can, but if you're not learning your lesson, you're going to come across something that burns you and overwhelms you. I feel this is both of you prying right now. And there it is, girl with a snake. So the right collective, you could have found out something. And I see girl with a snake personally, I see it more of a permanent fixture in this person's life, a family member, a friend, a childhood friend, like a best female friend, whatever it is. There is some form of interference in this energy at the moment as well. Okay. Do you see this? You do not see this. But transcending obstacles. One thing I say with divines, whatever was, you know, part of the destruction when you guys were first in alignment, those things need to be healed. They need to be healed throughout your cycle. So let it be the possessiveness, the jealousy, let it be addictions, let it be, you know, your broken mirror, how you would trigger each other through certain traumas. Like you just could never come to solutions with certain things. Let it be the societal issues, whatever it is, that stuff needs to be healed. And that's why your separations tend to be so long. Right now, do you see that you're transcending obstacles? Do you see that you're learning expansion? Do you feel this new phase? Do you feel that there's this insane chemistry? No, you're confused. The right collective. But even though this says preparing for union, just remember there's things. For me to see this here, runner chaser one after another, and the confusion with this twin flame journey, the right collective, and I'm saying this in such a loving way, you still have so much attachment to your external union, which means you're still in that obsessive phase. You wake up, think of every sign's about them. It's like you're just constantly thinking this whole journey is about you coming into union with your person. No, this journey is self-discovery. It's coming into your internal balance, connecting to that inner child that was lost at such a young age because of your trauma. It starts with you guys first. And I just feel this collective, for you to have confusion over your twin flame journey, you're a little bit too dependent right now on the validation of this person, seeing you as their person and da-da-da to make this all valid. I talk about this stuff all the time. I just feel this collective, there's a few lessons that you still, like you're seeing them as stringing you along and this and that and feeling rejected. And I always say without those fires, you're not going to grow. It just seems very fresh. Okay, I'm hearing a couple things here, and I find this happens, maybe you guys were making promises, long-term commitment very early on, but for the right collective, you could have found out that this person has moved on as well. Maybe that they got engaged. I'm hearing both very clearly. I want one more. Yeah, this needs time, takes time, cycles, time to heal and grow. Oh, if you have just started this journey, buckle up. I always say average separation is about 3.5 years. There it is, twin flames. This is why you're confused, because you feel strung along. This person's making you feel like an option. All right, sunglasses. They still own the key to your heart and unconditional love. Again, I felt both of you with this. I'm going to be honest, just this so far, I do think that this person's in their avoidant phase. I think they're trying to push this away. If they're watching you, I can't see them watching you on their actual account. This would be burners. It would be, just feels kind of messy. So you're sick of the outdated thinking about interference, let it be family, friends, a situationship, whatever it is, you know this doesn't serve you. And I'm pretty sure this person probably thinks the same about you as well. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over. Could I have done this better? Could I have done that better? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? I feel that's a bit of both of you. All right. I just want to get the rest for you. I want to see how you think this person is feeling, and then we'll see what's really going on here. We've got watching at the bottom. All right. Runner. Family. So this collective, you definitely feel there's family interference here. And again, I do think this collective, you could have been planning structure as well, and then this person got their running boots on. Chaser. Secrets. So you're focusing on secrets and untold truths at the moment, and that's why they ghosted you. So this is, again, why you're trying to make sense of it in your mind. You're trying to give yourself answers. So that girl, boy with a snake, the family, what are they keeping? They've ghosted me for a reason. They're not wanting to be honest about something. You would be doing roundabouts in your mind right now, the right collective. And I felt that before. I'm pretty sure I said this person's either ghosted you or blocked you. No contact. So you're literally in no contact right now. So this is why you feel so rejected. You could have tried to put an olive branch out and got nothing. You're trying to break free from it. You really are trying to break free from it. I need to confirm, the right collective, you aren't sitting in stillness. You're stressed. Okay, if you're not stressed, if you're not overwhelmed, this is not your collective. You can see the struggle mentally for you right now. Nothing's making sense in your mind. It wouldn't surprise me if you're in a bit of Nine of Swords at the moment. Addictions. So maybe you think this person desanitizes their... I hope you're not desanitized. I'm no one's mum, but I hope that you guys all have your path. There's a reason I said even addictions could have been if this was a detriment in the past. I'm hearing a couple things. Either this collective, you yourself are trying to numb your emotion, or you think that this person lacks courage because they desanitize and they numb their emotion. One more. Yeah, you're reliving your union, not your union. What you could have done better, what this, what that. Heavy. Okay. I just quickly want to see how you think this person... I wish I could have done things differently as we said it. Okay, I just want to see what you think they're sitting in emotionally right now. They're guarded, so they've got their walls up. They've got walls up, they've got cautious energy around them. They've been hurt before, so maybe you're thinking that this person's guarded because they don't want to be hurt again. Like the love is that intense, they're trying to push it away. That this was going too intense for them, and maybe your values weren't lining up. Abused, playing mind games with you, feeling used, treading on eggshells around you, silent treatment, aggressive outbursts. This makes sense with the right collective, wishing that you could have done things better. Maybe you think that, you know, your temperament, and I always say, as when you guys meet each other, you're broken mirrors. It can be very ignited kind of relationship, quite volatile at times, and maybe you think that they've got their guard up as well. You guys could have exchanged some really harsh words, or you could also be thinking that they're going over maybe their more aggressive side as well, but they're distant, so they're really pushing this away at the moment, that they need space, they're shutting down, they're detaching, they're cold, they've removed themselves, they're withdrawn, aloof, not paying attention, undaunted is what I'm hearing. Abandoned. So you could think they've done this because of their abandonment trauma, that they did the cut and run because they were scared they were going to get hurt. But also maybe reflecting at times on how they abandoned you. But if you think that this person is a runner and they struggle with their depth of emotion, have that fear of deep intimacy, this makes them close up even more. But they've given up on you, left you behind. You're feeling unwanted, feeling like they don't care. They're doing things without you. They didn't stay. Abandonment issues and undesired. You're being so hard on yourself, this collective. This is also what makes me feel this is really fresh. I find whoever activates into that divine feminine energy first, the emotion first, you guys just blame yourself so much. Like this one's sad. This is sad. That they've now turned introvert. They're happy on their own. They're focused on themselves. They're in hermit mode. They're avoidant, do not disturb, withdrawn. You think they are looking inward at times though, so especially if you feel they're going through a hermit journey. And this says unsociable, and I see this a lot. Anyone that watches me regularly when I explain, and this is another reason I feel this is kind of fresh. You guys really do feel that, and you've got to remember, they have the running veil, so they're avoiding, they're trying to do whatever they can to distract. But you guys, even though there's this distance and they're guarded, you think that they're pining, you think that they're there in agony, they're cutting themselves off from the world just like you, and this is why you try and make sense of it in your mind, and why they would do this, why they would do that. And I'm just ripping off the band-aid for you guys. They are not sitting at home pining. They're trying to do whatever they can to avoid and distract the emotion of you. And I know that might be tough to hear, but the quicker you guys can figure that out, it helps you mentally, because it helps with the obsessive thought pattern. When you think that they're there, they've activated like you, they know about the journey, they know about this, they know about that. You set this expectation in your mind. And every time they come in to communicate and they're dry and cold, you get so frustrated and angry because you think that they know all about this journey. You think that they're just going to pine and bang down your door and marry you. And it just sets you guys up in this tailspin because you've had this 4D activation of the mind where you see your end stop, but you don't see your timeline. So the quicker you guys can release and just surrender and understand that they are literally running, it's so much easier for you. I always say minimum 6 to 9 months behind your journey, and until they activate, you're not a divine pairing. And I just feel this collective, there's a reason it's coming to mind. You're confusing yourself more and more because you genuinely have moments of thinking, no, they're pushing me away because of my behavior, because of this, because of that. But they're there pining there. It would never make sense logically. That would maybe soothe you for a little bit, but logically, if they're pining, they're going to bang down your door. I always say when a divine masculine is locked in, they're locked in. That they're depressed without you, but they stay away because of self-doubt. See what I mean about this collective? You would confuse yourself. That's why you've got static in the mind. Instead of just surrendering it and truly believing what's meant to be will not pass you by, what's on the end of your red thread in life, and not just with love, will always be for you. People will swear black and blue that they're twin flames, but when it comes to the surrender and just focusing on yourself, your healing, your divine mission, it's like everyone thinks they're the exception. They just think, oh, no, I'll sit there, manifest, I'll listen to subliminals, I'll do this, I'll do everything. They're just going to cut. That's not how it works. And that's kind of, for the right collective, the phase that I'm feeling you're in right now. But they're unhappy, they're in sorrow, they're deflated, they feel empty, they're full of grief, they're dissociating from the pain, they've walked away because of their insecurities, they lack confidence. Anyway. But then addicted to you. But then you think they're obsessed and addicted to you. This would send anyone crazy. Okay, I just want to see what you... All right, let's see what you think their intention is, and then we're really going to break this down. Okay, so they're going over a memory here. So from September to September 22nd, November 6th, November 7th to December 21. So maybe this was, so maybe you've been on this journey from about this period last year then, because this still, we're not even in September yet. So they're going over something from this point last year for the right collective. Small offering, so that you think that they stay away because they can't offer you enough here. Number 13, I know you want more from me, but this is all I can give you at the moment. I'm unsure of what I can give you or when I can give it to you, but I do want to offer you something more valuable than before. So you do genuinely think that this person sits there. I think it is that self-doubt. I think that you think they hold back because they can't offer you the things that maybe they once promised you, that you're their divine feminine. I always say this, divine feminine energy stillness. Just remember that, okay? But you do and hope that they're working on their divine feminine side, and they need to be more nurturing and understanding and compassionate towards themselves and others. They want to be more soft and loving, especially towards you. They see you as magical and powerful. So this period, this September 22nd, November 6th, November 7th, December, there's something about your gifts here that you think that they reflect on. If you think that they're seeing you as magical and powerful, that would tie the right collective to the memory, okay? Maybe that this is where they get self-doubt and are intimidated. If you genuinely believe they see you as a divine feminine in this, you've activated your high priestess, your oracle within. So number 28, 13, 39, and 99. small offering, their insecurities. So it's their self-doubt. That's what I felt. So they stay away because they can't offer you what, not what you think you deserve. I think this collective, you think that they kind of want to give you the world, but they can't. If you really knew who I was or how I felt, you may not love me anymore, and I'm afraid you'll reject me if you show me who I really am. That's the secrets that you got. Watch from the beginning. And charismatic Casanova makes sense with the theme of this. So even though they see you as their divine feminine, I do think you think that they've got their finger in quite a few pies at the moment. But then there's part of you that feels like they're isolated. I think this is just something that you go over in your mind again that makes you confused and feel a bit crazy. But this card is about tapping into their emotion, but then this is about avoiding the emotion. I don't understand our connection, the way that I feel when I'm with you. I'm not ready for whatever this is. I can't handle this right now, so I'd rather not think about it. Even with this, it shows the 50-50 in your mind. Everything that you believe that they want to do, you then have, well, this is why they don't do it. They don't do this because they think I deserve more. They're going over a memory that maybe is really intimidating to them. They're not ready to face that Hierophant, High Priestess themselves within. They have all this emotion, but they don't know how to deal with it. So they'd rather just distract themselves. But then your other deck, you think that they're isolated and always pining. So the right collective, I've said it a few times, your poor mind. Okay, let's really see what's going on here. Again, clarity reading. First, I want to get the universe's perspective. Then I want to get their perspective on this situation, and then we'll get the feelings, intentions, and if there is any action, we'll get tarot. We'll just see how it goes. All right, universe's perspective on your connection. Okay, now is not the time. You're in the middle of the season. So again, it ties into that, the little black deck that we were using. I genuinely do believe, and this is a collective, and I always say this, if this is something you believe in your soul to be true, it doesn't matter who tells you yes or no. That's what you believe. If you are or if you're not a divine, that's your lesson to learn, right? So I do believe my energy calling to this. I was feeling a twin collective, but again, the confusion, the destruction here, it's making sense. The biggest detail that, and hopefully you've watched from the beginning, this collective, you need release thinking that the only way to validate this journey for you is to have an external union. It's a tough lesson you guys need to learn. You need to master that emotion. I always tell you guys, you blame your masculine, you blame your spirit, it's you guys. Until you master the emotion, you don't move on to that next step, that next stepping stone. Right now, you're in the middle of a cycle here. They're wanting you to be more purpose-driven. They're wanting you to have more confidence. There's something about your mental discipline that you need to focus on. They're saying maybe a bit of your stubbornness, your stubborn outlook on certain things. There's that brave. You need that courage towards yourself. This says reliable. I think right now just working on breaking free from feeling independence is loneliness. It's a manifestation. It's a magician energy. You both need to work on your communication separately. But they're trying to give you ideas right now. They're trying to strengthen your connection. Just remember, your thoughts become a reality, especially if you have a magician's mind. And right now, you can't stay focused on something positive because, again, all the answers, and it's too much focus. It's too much focus on this one person and their return. They're wanting you to take inspired action for yourself. The albatross card. Good and bad omens, but you've got to try and stay calm. Baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, regret, that needs to be healed. 21st of the 2nd. You got, this is beautiful. So overflowing abundance, from tears of sorrow to tears of joy, but you need to release. You need to tap into your true fulfillment. You have to stop chasing after things. You need to emotionally release. Watch the whole reading. They're trying to give you something so magical. To do with you, to do with you. You come first. Remember, until you guys see you, unconditionally love you, self-value, self-respect, self-worth, they never see you properly. That's what that mirror's for. This energy, your, and I'm saying this from such a loving place. I truly am. This energy, you are pining after someone right now that has made you feel rejected and as an option because you've put a label on it. That's it. So I can't get over them. They're my twin. No, it's your trauma. It's your trauma. Until you see yourself and what you truly deserve, you're going to cycle after cycle after cycle. Truly. Like I said before, no one's the exception. It's a tough one. New beginnings. They want to give you a new perspective. They're trying to activate more of a carefree energy in you right now. 13 again. Where was that before? I remember that. Oh, the small offering. Beginnings, innocent, brand new, your creative flow. Okay, carefree. A little bit inexperienced. Again, it's making me feel a lot fresher on the journey. And anyone that's watching this that has been on this and you've gone through this phase, please give some loving comments. Loving comments for, you know, people that are just hitting this phase. I always say, true divines, you all go through the same waves of emotion and you will get past it. You will get past it. I think the obsessive phase is probably the hardest phase to break out of. Twin flames, there you go. You got it. But you're in the middle of a season. You got the twin flame card. This is from the universe. But you're in the middle. You haven't come into your own balance yet. You can't fight your cycles. Focus on you. You need to believe. You don't believe, but then you crave. And again, every time I read divines and I pick this kind, you either stay true to you and your birthright and what you're going to achieve in this world. I always say, true divines, we really are servants to humanity. We're here to help people. We're here to help people in this condemnment. We're here to break that 85% mold free from the 10%, the world leaders, the hierarchy, the schooling system, everything that's been programmed into our brain since 4 or 5 years old. This is why you go through divine activation, spiritual awakening, kundalini. You guys see the world differently for a reason. It's not just so you can have union and get married. You guys are here to change the world, even if it's one soul at a time. And when you guys really knuckle in to you helping, and that sparkle, every time you heal a beautiful soul, you get more and more sparkle within you. That's what brings you into balance. When you guys start to release that this was all about them, it was never about them, it was about you. And changing this world, truly. And they're trying to activate that in this collective right now. They're wanting to give you this abundant life. They're wanting you to this is such a fresh collective. I can see it all over this. This journey, halfway through a cycle. It's time to be bold and brave towards yourself. Divine partner, mirror, heart activation, reflection, catalyst of heart awakening, soulmate, yin yang, balancing your feminine and masculine energy within. You come first. Internal union comes first. Right now, your energy separation frequency, because that's all you think about. When you come into internal balance, internal union, that's when you guys start to shine union frequency, because you've surrendered to our creator. It's when your energy truly shifts. And that, your path, your mission work is what will make you find your center. Trust. Look, just developing over time, like fine wine. It takes time. We say these people that break up a week, 2 weeks. I've changed on that bullshit. Sorry, BS. You can't change in a couple weeks. You're reprogramming a mind full of trauma from 3 to 4 years old. Divines, you've had the most trauma in this world. Most trauma-filled souls. You guys have had really, really hard life from childhood. It's a lot you need to reparent yourself. Takes time. And you've got soul contract here. So you've got, and you know what I always say, this time apart, you've got things to tick. Before you come in, self-love, self-respect, self-value, your mission work, your path, your healing, these all need to be ticked off. So this, trust your manifest, I always say, the longer it takes to call in that glowing thread, the more powerful that it will change your life. Okay, it's not meant to come easy. Your commitment gets tested time and time again. But agreement, pact, cycle, soul contract, partnership, trust. Commit to you right now. This is underneath the magician. There's a reason you have a magician's mind. Remember that. The Emperor! Find your own masculine first with your mission work. That's there. That's in you. Now just focus on you. You don't need to know about the time. This is developing over time. This will transform. It'll age well. There's a lot of alchemizing that needs to be done. A lot of transmuting. It's in your contract. Now focus on you. Yeah, right now. So, and I'm transparent. This person, because of the baggage, shame, regret, they're out there having the time of their life right now. This card's about playing the field, going on. Sorry, I'm going to say it. Because this is where you guys need to release. This keeps you burdened and bound, thinking they're just there pining. It sets an expectation that shouldn't be there because you've seen your end stop. But again, you haven't seen your timeline. That it's time for you, while they're doing that, build your community. Build your path right now. Let them do whatever. And this is another reason. Don't be checking Pandora's box. I always say karmics give different lessons to divines. Just activate, because your poor little soul cannot take any more trauma. Your divine separation, it's the last bit of trauma your soul can take. Your brain fuses out. Whoever is in that masculine, because you don't need to be male, whoever activates after, they haven't had as much trauma as you. They've got lessons to learn. You should thank the karmics. You should thank the love lessons, the family. That you should thank them, because it's actually breaking them to be better. You can't provide them those lessons. You need to let them spread their wings and not check on them. Oh, look at that. This waterfall, they're saying culmination of your effort. You are going to get a completion, an abundant life, your fulfillment, release, but the fruits of your labor. Keep focusing on you. The time has come. They want to give you harvest season, but you need to move on from chasing these things. You need the emotional release. Yeah, you're clouded right now, but that's okay. It's a phase. You all go through it. The storm will part. The sun will shine again. What is up must go down, and vice versa. You will breathe again. This person isn't your be-all and end-all. That's what this is meant to teach you. And if you're not divine, don't need your unnecessary. This collective, you're going to be okay. But the universe is really saying that's in your contract. That's person, contract. Your empire is also in your contract. You have things you need to tick off first. Your internal balance, your divine work, your healing journey, your accomplishments, because you're the one that masters your stepping stones. So the longer you push and subside this stuff away, the longer your journey's going to be. But this collective, it's clearly contracted to you. It's not going to not come in, but you're just going to keep prolonging your cycles till you get it done. Right, collective, this will make sense. Okay, but right now you're in the middle of your journey. Still got quite a bit to go. And I'm going to say cycle. I don't even think you're halfway through yet. Just the energy I'm picking up for this collective. Okay. I just want to see their perspective right now. Again, I can sense that this is very fresh. So just hopefully this gives you some strength to just focus on you. Will the feelings come up for you? Yeah, they will. But will there be some other stuff that may be hard to hear? Yeah, there will. But if it's going to be too triggering to watch now, save it. Come back when you need some strength, or you were getting pulled to physically or energetically chase. Okay? Their perspective right now. Okay. Just clarity reading. Again, it just shows, and if you are watching this and you know you've passed this phase, maybe this will help you as well come into acceptance with the avoidance of it. A lot of you guys don't understand the severity. Like when they're avoiding, I talk about it all the time, they hold on to the blame. This collective, when we tapped into their emotion, you know there's some things that you could have done better here. Okay, I do think that this person, sorry, my washing machine's going. You could be washing your bedding right now. I do think they saw this as an Ace of Pentacles, and I do think sometimes they go back to thinking about the stability and what you guys could have built. But quite quickly they replace that with this is unstable. This was delaying me. I need to revise how I'm feeling. Like they're trying to push it away. So the outlook they have is maybe how you could be very critical, very harsh. Sometimes they felt you were a little bit calculating, a little bit abrupt, that you were quite scattered, so your temperament was very up and down, that unfortunately they felt a little bit easily influenced by you. So they could have felt, and I'm just being transparent, especially with these cards here, that they could have felt you were manipulating them a little bit at times here. That you brought up too many insecurities, especially with this critical nature. Maybe you held some of their insecurities against them in arguments, that they were too dependent, you were too dependent on one another. There could have been mother issues here as well. But they felt very restricted here. I think they did at a point feel that you were, I don't want to say manifestation, but they really did see a flourishing life with you at one point, but quite quickly they felt very restricted, very caged, that this is about starting to think very small, that this became very imbalanced. And again, I'm not saying that this is what happens. They try and hold on to all the negative for why they can stay away. The moments they feel good, the moments they, oh, this could have been this and this, oh, but I wouldn't have felt like this. No, it's because I was easily influenced. They were manipulating me. They were calculate. Like they blame. They blame, so they don't have to take accountability for what they've done. But that's their phase. They need to go through and learn. One more for your top row. I do think that they felt this was very destined. You guys clearly met very serendipitously, very fatedly, but I also feel that they, and this happens, the masculines think they get a lot of karma from you guys, especially this collective specifically. You see that this person sees you as magical and powerful. They're reflecting on a memory here because of your gifts. So it wouldn't surprise me if this person had an injury, or that time period that we went over, something happened where they could have felt you were manipulating with their energy, you were playing with their energy, they got karma, kind of the wheels turning against them. Let's confirm. Okay, they really did feel meeting you. They could have just been coming out of a storm in life. There was peace here. There was peace. You made them feel this I just felt this person felt at ease. So when they hold on to this Ace of Pentacles, they do have memories of how much you soothed their soul, but quite quickly, because then they go to this Ace of Coins in reverse and this Queen of Swords, Empress in reverse, they start to think about the storm that was created here because of the dependence, because of, you know, and am I just clouded? Was this a lust thing? Was this? Normally, such a high magnetic sexual attraction. It's like you just hold each other on a pedestal. And I do think sometimes this person questions, is it because of X, Y, and Z? I do think sometimes now when they view this, they think about the storm they've had to come out of because of this relationship. But it is hard for them to move on. So they're trying to look ahead. They are wanting to rebuild their life, and I do think there's moments that they do think about rebuilding and what could have been, but they're focusing on their recovery. So they were very broken by this, and the masculines are. Okay, big fat yes card with the dependence and how you brought up their insecurities, but they remember the good times as well, the energy rush. I really do believe this person felt there was infinite potential here at one point. I think they promised you a lot, and in the moment they truly did mean them. Wheel of Fortune, yes, this Three of Wands is horizontal, but even this Ace of Coins, I really do genuinely believe this person thought you were the one for them. But this is what happens with divines. Soon as those veils are on, it's like, what just happened? Was that even real? Eight of Cups, they had to walk away. They're seeing it as, this doesn't serve me. It makes me emotionally unfulfilled. I need to move on. I need to let go. And I always say that Eight of Cups, it's painful. It's walking away from something you don't want to walk away from, but you truly believe it just puts everything else off balance in your life. And I do think this person craves you, but it was hard for them to walk away, but they really felt like they had to. But again, it was destined. So I do think they, even right now, this is their perspective right now. Right now they want to act. Right now they want to come in. Do they think about fresh start? This literally says in a few days it's time, but it's not time. It's not time. And this is where you guys go wrong because of the expectation. You think that they know this twin journey, this and that. So every time they message you, because they come in sporadically, right? But it's normally very dry. You guys get so triggered. This is normally when you guys get stuck on the layer of the blocking, unblocking, the unnecessary arguments because you think they're thinking like you and this and that. And every time they get pulled to it's a lesson of self-love. The wheel has control over every time you guys have communication. Every time. And every time you get stuck on a cycle, your communication gets more and more sporadic. So even if there is something that pops up in a few days here, the wheel's controlling it. Remember how the universe is saying you're halfway, you're not there. you guys need to find your strength. Okay, I will confirm, but right now their perspective, you're nagging at them, like internally. Not that you're nagging at them, they can feel you. Okay, not that they know they can feel you, but energetically the wheel's doing something here right now, and this is probably why they're trying to hold on to the pain to stop themselves to find. Okay, let's actually see their emotion, then I want to see their feelings. They're hurt. So they are still blaming, confused by actions, they're upset, they're tearful, they're hurt by certain words. That's a big one here. There's something about the right collective, you held their insecurities against them and they can't get past it. They feel let down, they feel betrayed, they feel wounded, bruised, emotional damage. They're stressed. They don't want to feel pressured. The pressure makes them feel burdened. Then they tense up. Then they feel bothered, worried, agitated, troubled. They feel weighed down right now. Look at the fear, their root. They're very blocked. Shameless. So they're presenting very cold. If you don't like it, that's your problem. Then I do what I want, I say what I want. No empathy, no shame, very forward. So because of their hurt, it's like you've hurt them, they're going to hurt you times 10. That's their armor right now. So if you're getting a very cold, cutthroat version, it's because they feel that you cut them deeper. And I'm not saying this is, I'm just letting you guys know, clarity reading. Terrible behavior, but that's something they need to work on. Terrible, very moody, very moody. Temperamental, sulky, up and down, unsettled, unstable. This collective, you're moody yourself. Then they're waiting. So it's like they're so angry, but they would check their phone for you. They would check to see if you would message. They would waiting for you, pause, hoping for contact, but then holding back. It's that I hate that card. It's that please message me, but I won't respond. But knowing you care, that silly card in the twin flame. It's literally that energy. It would just be an ego boost. You both are so stressed right now. I guarantee you, if there's movement here, it's going to be so dry and cold. It's going to be done off impulse. Judged. They feel judged. This is a huge one. This right collective, they really do feel judged by you with some things here. The character questioned, negativity, shamed and blamed for decisions criticized by you. So they're wary. I feel I've already said it. So they're taking space. They need space. That's the biggest thing they're holding on to. There's something about your critical nature and the things maybe they opened up about some trauma and it's like they can't get past it. That's the biggest roadblock in their heart, which means that's something they need to confront. It's clearly something bound to their shadow, something that maybe they haven't really reflected on. It could be a bit of a skeleton here. You did get secrets as well. Watch the whole thing. All right, how they're feeling towards you. Oh, so they're tempted, just like you. You both you're accelerating each other right now. Your temptation to them. Confirmation. Watch the whole thing. So they are whoa, that's good. Wasn't expecting that. Going through a dark night of the soul. So they're facing that shadow. That's why it's burdening them so much. Whatever you were judging them on, because they're having to face it. Father wounds. I was hearing mother before. There could have been father things here as well. Makes sense if they didn't have the best role model. Oh, wow. We've got cosmic healing here and dark night of the soul. Middle of the season though. Just remember, watch the whole thing. This extreme intent, that's explosion of emotion. Underneath temptation, oh gosh. So maybe you've just posted something and it's freaking them out. Because I feel the right collective, it's like they've posted something and it's freaking, you guys are really mirroring for the right collective. Blast from the past. Oh God, wanting to, chaos. That's what whatever you've posted, it's caused a storm. Whatever you've recently posted, and if you haven't recently posted something, not your collective, because I felt that before that came out. It's something here. It's creating an explosion of emotion right now. Oh, that's why they're so angry. 100%, whatever you've brought up in their shadow, this is why they hold on to it, because of the love they have for you. So that's what's the biggest roadblock. You saw something in them that they weren't ready to admit to themselves or anybody, but they're trying to heal through it. Wow. I still don't think they're complete. Oh my, I was just about to say I don't think they're completely activated, but this confirms the reason they have issues with their divine masculine energy is because of their father, masculine examples in their life. So maybe their father didn't treat their mother the best, or I think that more confirms that first deviation. There's the surprise. You guys could be, but it's not time. I just want to see the right collective. Everything was about twin flames. Runner, chaser, diner. They don't have, yes, they've got cosmic healing and this healing and dark night of the soul. This divine masculine, it's more the confirmation of the wounding. They don't have twin flame. They don't have soulmate. They don't have reunion. Yes, this person's starting to shift energetically. Do I think they're activated properly, seeing the signs, synchronicities of the world, learning about the divine? I always say this information's been around for bloody forever, but until you're activated to the frequency, you just skim past it. It doesn't resonate with your soul. It's the same with readers. Some will resonate with you, some won't. It's who aligns to your frequency. Until they're aligned to the divine frequency, they're not going to learn about this journey. They just think it's woo-woo. They think it's crazy. This is why they put you in the crazy basket. They need to activate to that frequency. Do I think there's some form of soul activation taking place? A little bit. Cosmic healing with the dark night of the soul. There's clearly something that's they're having to face those things that they're so triggered towards you about, holding against them, which means it's been reflected to them. Whatever's you've just posted on your socials, this is creating so much intensity, but it's going to be done from impulse. I guarantee you this will be a drunken text, under the influence, waking up at 3 a.m. from it's one of those. Just advice. I will get tarot, but just remember the universe's part. You're in the middle of the season. Whatever is coming, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. Lesson to choose you. Let's get their intention. Denial of connection, but they want this new beginning. They're still pushing it away. I realize there is something between us, but I don't have the time or capacity to understand it. Everything is too much too soon. I have other things I need to deal with. They definitely do. They're going through something right now. But then they want a new beginning. Oh my God. We need to let go of our issues and work through our struggles by recognizing what went wrong and how we both played a part in it. I love you too much to let you go. Let's start anew. But then it's that 50-50. They push it away. It's too intense. What? Oh, little spy. It's them, the Pandora's box. Look what it's doing to them. They're watching. Even if I'm gone, I'm still connected to you in some way. I can't cut you off completely, but I'm afraid to. And this person, it wouldn't even be on their account. I guarantee, or maybe, I can't see how they would. It's like they don't even want you to know that they're checking in. Completely, but I'm afraid to return. My only interaction with you is through social media. I miss you. And it's so weird. I've never noticed this, but it's like this person, he, she, watching you in the dark, like, you know, in a really dark, like, it just looks very not out in the open, very secretive. Oh. Maybe they do see some signs and synchronicities. Maybe you got telepathically connected. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, the voices I hear. But then they try and deny it. Sad. Even if we are miles apart. There's that fall memory. Or spring. Every countries. Okay, Cancer energy. I was always so hot and cold with, that's the runner chaser watch from the beginning. And I know that was confusing. Our connection was too much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. It's still a bit too much for them to handle. They don't have a balance in their ghosted. Double confirmation. So even though they ghosted you, your first part, they're watching like a hawk. And you know it, this collective. Stop stressing. Let him be a little creep. Sorry. That was a bit much. Just focus on you. I'm sorry I ran, but I couldn't tell you how I felt because I didn't even know how I felt. It was easier for me to just walk away instead of having to explain myself. Sagittarius at the bottom. Oh, golly gosh. This feels like so fresh. I'm surprised. It could be about a year for this collective. You did get that time period watch from the beginning, but it's just both of you are still in that. It's that obsessive, but push it. It's the real highly triggered phase. Temperament, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, I'll get this. I just think it's a bloody big fat lesson for you guys. Let's roll a dice. I'm hearing 2. 5. So let's go week ahead. Oh my God. No way. Hold on. Oh, makes sense. Okay, so this is their action. Do they want to this? You got the Twin Flame Union card here. The only one in the deck. Twin Flame Reunion, 1 Divine Union, complete life purpose, but the devil's over this. So it's more, deep down this person cares. You can see it, but they're not ready. They're shadow. Both of you aren't ready. So again, it's that expectation that's going to shoot you in the foot. It's like you can feel what they really feel, but they don't present that way. Then you guys get frustrated and get triggered. This person's going to be holding back their emotion. They might come in very charismatic, very kind of lighthearted, very playful. That might soften you up for a little bit, but then you'll probably push to see them. Then it's going to get triggering. You guys will probably end up being explosive. They've got their armor all over them. Deep down, they want so much more, but they don't know how to communicate it. And I do think this person struggles with addictions or sexual addictions. Very material, still very 3D kind of outlook, okay? Deep down in their soul, Yeah, they love you, but they don't know how to love you just yet. Like properly, I mean. And this collective as well. You don't either, believe it. Oh, God. Controlling, possessive. Hold on, I want one more for that because I'm not seeing conquering. No way. Holy moly. You got the Lovers here. These are some good cards. I'm not going to lie. It's just this Devil one that's... I don't think it's the honourable approach that a King of Wands embodies. I think they're still coming in controlling, possessive, because there's something of your social media that's triggered them. So it's like they have a claim over you, right? I feel this is the deep love. I always say that King of Cups for me, he's great surface level. When it comes to deep vulnerabilities, he clams up, and that's what I feel. I feel this person might come in very surface level. Deep down, there's so much more intense emotion, but it's being led from a place of passion and fire. It's being led from a place of impulse. I just can't see them trying to get this back on the same page. But you've got two cards here of reuniting. One more for this twin flame. Holy, takes some time to ground, years of commitment, but I always say that's a miracle card for me when that grounds, and that depicts this journey perfectly. Is it time to ground? No. But every deck you've gotten twin flame come out, every deck, it's just going to take some time. Don't try and rush it. Let's get one more for this, Lovers. They're going to come in very realistic. I think they are going to be softer here. Queen of, she's nurturing, but she's a realist. She's got boundaries over her heart. They're not going to be rude. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. One more overall. No, but possessive, controlling, lack of mindfulness. I think the thing that's alarming is they're coming from a place of a trigger of jealousy, or there's something very important detail about these collective socials, because it's just created a storm and now they're fighting temptation. It's intense over them. It's like they feel they're going to miss the boat, right? Deep down, they have this very deep emotion, but they're still barriered with their devil energy, Four of Pentacles energy. Like, let's take, and even they might not be the best with their finances right now. I just feel they've got responsibilities, but personally, I see him as, you know, Lord of the Ring, Gollum over the ring, my bridges. Like, I just feel this person's very possessive and claiming over you, so it's not coming from the best place. Deep emotion, but still guarded. Okay. Still guarded. But this was underneath the wheel, so there's clearly something. Let's see. Yeah, you're going to feel left out in the... Yeah, no. Do not... Oh, my gosh. Okay, so you guys, Five of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords. Don't be impulsive. Don't be irrational. Remember, rapid high, rapid low. You don't need to be rapid communication. And you definitely don't want to be coming from a place of sadness either. If this person's coming in very lighthearted... And this is what's sad, because deep down, I think they want to say so much more than what they want to say. And I think it's going to trigger this Five of Pentacles they left you in. And then you're going to say something silly. Because they're not going to address it. They've still got their mask on. Quick communication, rapid action, harsh words, reckless. No. But it's coming from a place of not feeling validated for the pain they've put you through because of your expectation. Watch the whole reading. You've got to have control over your emotion. And also, this is maybe how you feel left. You're going to be like, it's happened again. You just need to know don't take their armor personally. I talk about you guys taking the armor personally because what comes up, our defense mechanism when we're vulnerable. Their defense mechanism, cool, calm, Casanova, charismatic, kind of surface level, okay? Even have the balls to be a little bit claiming and jealous over something you're doing. And hopefully you've healed enough, this collective, to not be enticed by that kind of energy. But you're going to need to have control. You're going to need to have strength. Remember, she's that female magician learning to tame the ferocious lion within. Okay. Outcome. Confused. 7 of Cups. Oh, God. Nah. This is just confused with your you're going to question again. And that's how this reading started. You've got static over your journey, the runner chaser. I always say you guys tend, and this is where you get stuck, you give them unconditional love before you give yourself unconditional love. And no matter how nice you are, when that veil's on, they're going to run, being nice, whatever. You have strength in you. If this person, I say this all the time, cannot come through and talk about this stuff and be deep and vulnerable, you shouldn't have to demand that kind of, you should never have to demand that from someone. If someone's hurt you to that extent, when someone respects you and understands they'll talk about it. If you're too nice here, you're gonna be left in 7 of Cups. It's not about being mean. It's just protect your emotion. And whatever you do, be a bit mysterious. Hold some things back. Okay? And it's going to be left as a little bit of a mystery. This time's not the time. All right? One more. But it will create forward movement for you. I always say every time they burn you, you grow more and more and more. But you will need to have willpower and mental discipline and try not to be impulsive or irrational. Biggest thing I have to say, deep down in this person's soul, Ace of Pentacles, the twin flame union, the lovers, they feel that. But unfortunately, this 4 of Pentacles, this devil energy with this King of Wands, this person wants to be in control of this situation, of their emotion. They want to, I don't want to say feel like the winner here, but this person, it's like they need that upper hand here. So they're not going to put all their cards on the table. Deep down, they feel it. And it's, you guys read their energy if you know it or not. So it's like you're going to feel like there's something so much more deep, but they're just going to be so surface level. And I think that's what's going to end up triggering you. You have to try and just, but whatever comes from this, you're going to feel a little bit left in the dark still. Your emotion will be running high, but there's lessons to be learned from it. I always say there's no bigger trigger point than your divine. They amplify your triggers to the utmost to amplify your greatness to the utmost. Try and see the emotion outside of the box. And you had the divine heart and N. You're protected. Trust. R and C, NRC, love heart and H. Divine masculine, sun energy. Chloe on the back. Aphrodite, seashells, duality, 20-cent piece. You could have just found a 20-cent piece. Perseverance in love. It's just going to take a bit more perseverance. You got this. Opalite, ducks, intuition. Trust the divine. Surrender it to the divine. Baby pearl. You're both just little bubblesy pearls right now. Peach, you could have a nice booty. The Hamza hand, protection, and white candle wax. You could read flames, you could read candle wax. You need to start reading flames or candle wax or light a white candle. That flipped on 15, devil energy. shadow. 11th of the 9th, 9th of the 11th, 15th of the 9th, 13th of the 9th, 13th of the 7th, 15th of the 7th, 6 by itself, 17th of the 10th, 10th of the 8th, 8th of the 10th, 17th of the 8th, 4th of the 8th, 8th of the 4th. All right, my loves, I love you guys. Tough reading, but you guys have got this. Trust and surrender.